Welcome to a historic event here on the RR Motorsports Network. It's Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night, and tonight, just for one night a year, these drivers will be put to the test through two competitions, racing and freestyle, and we're going to have them go through qualifying and also even some camper racing for a full night of destruction. Well, I'm Thomas Frasco. Welcome live to the RR Motorsports Network. We have Super Baymax Zero and Jack on the commentary booth for tonight. Guys, we're here now on an event that we've been waiting for a long time. What's your thoughts going in?
Honestly, I'm intrigued. A lot of great drivers, and considering this blast from the past on the Squishy Stadium, I'm intrigued to see what tonight holds.
And then Baymax, what about
Honestly, I
you?
couldn't really think. Honestly, I couldn't really think any much more about this, Thomas. I'm a little bit it's stuffed in the throat, but I'll try to get that Team Scream energy in here because I'll be bringing out the Avenger, and I might have a little surprise for freestyle later. Or, or, but for now, Squishy Stadium, and who's ready for nostalgia night?
Intros are about to get underway for this historic night of virtual monster trucks. As on the screen, this is where it all started. You can see the images played from Box 5. As on the screen, you can see the original Box 5 truck. That right there is the Box 5 Gravedigger. And this is where Rigs of Rods with their monster truck stuff really all started. And you can see how different it is. You have different Goodyear tires. You have everything there. And we have come a long way in more than a decade of virtual monster truck racing. But now, Rigs of Rods fans, are you ready to get Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night underway? Monster Truck fans, we got a lot of great competitions, great action set to happen in just a few moments as we're about to see intros here tonight. Because again, with these trucks are actually a lot more, they're actually less detailed compared to your usual trucks. As these were pretty much one of the first few Sim Monsters trucks, and this is what these drivers are going to be driving here tonight. You can see by some of the bodies, they're either Monster Jam the video game, Monster Jam Urban Assault bodies, or the first ever custom bodies that they had at that point. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Garrett Anson, Gravedigger. This right here is old school virtual monster trucks at its finest. Make some noise for some of these monster truck superstars. Avengers in the house. We got the old school Bigfoot, fittingly enough for the 50th anniversary. Jurassic Attack is in the lineup. Bulldozer is here. The Advanced Auto Parts Grinder is here. We have Black Stallion. We have Suzuki as well in the field. And even Maximum Destruction. They're all here in Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night. Here for opening intros for this once-a-year event. After tonight, the next time we'll do it is 365 days from now. So savor it while you can for the 2025 edition. As now the drivers go to the tunnels as we're about to get set and underway for monster truck qualifying here on Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night. A very historic night here on the ROR Motorsports Network. A lot of talented drivers are here tonight. And you can see right here, intros has just been concluded. And again, intros in Rigs of Rods. These days it's pretty tough, but with this track and with these trucks, it used to happen pretty easily. Alright, we're about to get things underway for monster truck qualifying. The only way that we're able to get to do the rest of our competitions tonight is to start off by setting them up in the bracket. So here in qualifying, we were scheduled to have Grinder and TMNT go up. So going up and seeing who is in TMNT again. Some of our drivers might be running a little bit late, so we might have to ping some of them. But the Advanced Auto Parts Grinder is one of those trucks in qualifying that's able to go to the line first. And then we will have, looks like Mason Funk in TMNT is our other driver. Felipe in Grinder is here, as we saw him in intros, and he will soon pull up to the line for his qualifying session. And there is Felipe in the Advanced Auto Parts Grinder, set and ready to go. But Mason Funk is also supposed to join him in qualifying again. We're starting a new thing here tonight, and that is 2 truck qualifying. So last time we did 1 truck qualifying. It was relatively slow, but this time we're going to try 2 at once. And now Mason is on the 2-minute clock for TMNT. So Grinder might just be doing one truck qualifying, looks to be. Felipe, the Advanced Auto Parts Grinder, again, he's been competing on TF Motorsports for a while. Most notably in 2022 when he was in Backdraft, and in this very place he had a big freestyle victory on that truck, and now he's looking to try to get some success, this time in Grinder, and this time on a much older chassis, because again, we used SMV4 chassis. Those are a little bit newer. Those came around 2012, but however, these chassis came around 2010/2011, and they have a mixture of old bodies from old Monster Jam games plus some first 3D custom bodies. So these are some of the oldest Sim Monsters trucks that has ever graced the website. Currently still waiting on word of Mason Funk in TMNT. As of right now, there is no message after the ping. He is not in the call with the other drivers, and the 2 minutes will be up in just 3 seconds. And yes, he is not going to make it to the line. So it will be solo qualifying for Grinder to start off. And Felipe just seemed to have randomly pulled off the line as the lights were not even given. I guess we can show how it'll go. So now he's going to go back to where he started, and we'll set him up with his first pass. So here's what we'll do. We'll put R question. They'll put R in response, signaling that they are ready, and then they go off. And you can see he has to make that turn, and that turn is super wide, and you can see these trucks actually handle quite differently. And his first time will be a 14.644. He now has to go to the other line as we write down that information of Felipe in Grinder. Felipe looking to clock into the racing competition because, again, there is prizes on the line, and racing being the one that has the highest prize, he wants to conquer that one. 14.644 is that time, and now he's looking to try to elevate that time just a little bit more here in Monster Truck qualifying. Felipe set at the line, and the officials are ready to give him the commands. And once he pulls off the line, that is when the time starts. So the time won't start until you move those wheels off the starting line. And oh, yeah, you can see that challenge that these trucks have, as he's going to have a significantly slower time. And, oof, really cattywampus all over the place. 16.665. So his first time will be his fastest, and that was 14.644 for Felipe and Grinder. And you saw the truck just did not want to turn at all. It ended up just dragging up the track. That's a major challenge with these trucks. As now we're about to get our next qualifying pair up, and this being Maximum Destruction and Jurassic Attack. As they are getting set and ready to go, Grave Prower in Maximum Destruction. He's been a big fan favorite on TF Motorsports and continuing on into the ROR Motorsports Network, which he is a partner of. As he's getting ready to line up, you can see that body, as we talked about. That body came straight from Monster Jam, the video game. And then we have a new driver here, Casey Jake, bringing out Jurassic Attack. That body straight from Monster Jam Urban Assault. That's kind of that point that we were bringing up. These bodies were pretty much from the game, both games. And that's how old these trucks are, that they were able to put them from those files before they eventually made these bodies straight from scratch. And one... Oh, go ahead.
I actually had to get back up quick. I do apologize, folks, if this is actually a little bit scratching my throat. I'm currently under the weather, but I'm still here nevertheless. But yeah, these bodies look pretty amazing, and I cannot wait to see how they run, including and Grave Prower are bringing Maximum Destruction back out.
And Baymax, looks like you'll be timing Jurassic Attack. I'll be timing Maximum Destruction. And keep in mind, folks, that they are not racing each other. They're racing against the clock. They want to try to get a fast pass, and they want to qualify into the racing competition. Only 12 trucks qualify, and 15 trucks signed up. So If everyone shows up, then this could be catastrophic for some drivers who do poorly in this competition.
Hopefully I don't. Anyway, the Jurassic Attack's timer is ready.
And Maximum Destruction's timer is also ready for their first passes. So we'll give out the lights now. And Grave Prower, okay, here we go. Both drivers are set, and there they go off the line.
Smooth run from both.
And it looks like Jake with a better turn. Maximum Destruction charging. And Max D
is going over a bit. As 16.36 for Jurassic Attack.
And Maximum Destruction with a 16.816. Baymax, if you could type that into event info, that would be greatly appreciated.
Well, I'm on my phone at the moment, but I'll try and do them so.
All right, so while we're doing that, they're going to set up for their second qualifying pass because, again, both drivers have to do 2 qualifying passes. However,
you're probably going to have to do it later.
Okay. But yeah, another thing is they have to transition to different lanes. Can you repeat that time so I can write it down?
16.36.
Okay, so as we see it, fastest time now is Jurassic Attack. Now we're about to get their second times in. Both drivers set up. Jurassic Attack needs to pull up just a little bit. Needs to be in that checkered box. All right, there we go. Now, waiting now for the R in chat for both drivers now. And Maximum Destruction with a better start. Nice entry, and the truck drags, but... Oh, both are actually pretty equal there. Oh, significantly faster time for Maximum Destruction. 15.674. Grave Prower's on a mission.
16.71 for Jurassic Attack, however. A little bit struggling there.
But yep, so Jake's first time will be his fastest. Meanwhile, Grave Prower is now your new #1 qualifier. And another thing with this competition, lane choice is a major key. And these drivers want lane choice badly.
Indeed. It's going to be interesting. Well, as here we got our next pair. Garrett Hansen and the Gravedigger. Take it on. And I believe a new face around here, Jester, and Thomas's old ride, the Bulldozer.
And yep, Jester actually has been here. They've competed a couple of times, starting off in Stafford and then really starting to make a name for themselves throughout the season. So looks like you'll be timing Gravedigger. I'll be timing Bulldozer for this one. Both drivers
All right,
are...
Gravedigger's timer is ready.
And yep, and now Bulldozer is now ready to go. So we're going to have now the command and chat. As we continue to run down the list of drivers in the qualifying order. Little wheelie there for Bulldozer off the line. Here we go, coming up. Oh, significantly faster Bulldozer. 13.454. He's your new #1 qualifier.
Correct, but I accidentally pressed the timer on Gravedigger, but I got a 14.31.
14.31, and
I accidentally pressed it a little early.
Okay. And then Bulldozer 13.454. And since it's a little early, we'll add just a little bit. We have new fastest time, 13.454 for Jester in Bulldozer. Already used to that truck, as now they're about to get their second qualifying runs in. As now they're going to have to put R in chat once again just to verify, since we put the R question a little later. And now they're both ready. And resetting the clock. We're good to go now. Watch the lights. Little slower time for Bulldozer and Gravedigger this time with the whole shot.
Smooth turn for both, but there's 13.68 for Gravedigger.
What did you say, 13.68?
13.68. I am going to be having trouble talking tonight.
We could just have you for qualifying, then you can rest your voice. It's okay. So Bulldozer, 13.316. And that is even faster.
I'll probably be up and on the booth for racing, by the way, Thomas, so rest my voice a bit.
All right, so next up, it's going to be Team Suzuki and Ramunator. Team Suzuki and Ramunator is now the next couple of trucks they'll be pulling up now to qualify for their spot. As we currently look up now, Team Suzuki, Stephen Butterlord, and Ramunator, Patrick, the old school fan. Patrick doesn't seem to be here, but Stephen is here. So we will now ping Patrick and put him on the 2-minute clock as we currently wait for him to possibly make it. However, season 1 of Loud Pedal Monster Trucks, he's done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, there you get a look at Stephen and Butterlord and that beautiful Team Suzuki.
And yeah, not only that truck is a pretty old school truck when it comes to Monster Jam. Again, this is a true flash from the past. As Stephen,
going back to the days of Kathy Winston, Bobby Parr, you name it.
And yep, now he is currently set at the line, still waiting on Patrick. There's no word, which he's usually his usually that's our usual commentators.
You're probably going to be timing this one, and I'm going to grab me a bottle of water real quick.
And yep, when it comes to single times, I'll be timing it. So now, less than a minute remains for Patrick to get to the line, or at least make an announcement or call. But as of right now, it seems like the only one that will be making it, by the looks of it, is Steven. Again, we're going to be waiting a little bit before we can confirm on if he makes it fully or not. Again, this is only the first part of our night. We still have camper racing once we set up the racing bracket. Then we have racing. Then we have freestyle. And then we have our encore. So the show should last almost roughly about 2 hours, but we'll be good to go with show flow after qualifying. Again, qualifying is usually the competition that has a lot of time, especially when it comes to drivers having some technical issues. And it looks like Patrick is that driver who's having that technical issue, as he is not going to be able to make it, so it will be just a solo qualifying session for Steven. And now we're going to be doing the commands for him for his first qualifying attempt. Set on the chat. Nice start there for Stephen Butterlord and Team Suzuki. Usually driving Ghost Division, looking to drive Northern Nightmare for Season 3 very soon. And now here he is. Little slow on the turn there. Again, that turn, it's a little wide, but not only that, but also these trucks are so different compared to the trucks that we have now. They have a tougher turning system. That's why you're seeing some of the drivers struggle in the turns, and as you saw there for for Steven, one who usually drifts around the turns, he's kind of dragging up the track. And that's kind of where we are here. Time for Team Suzuki, 16.160, as he's going to try to beat that time and try to elevate himself higher in the qualifying session. So now we're putting the info in as we're about to get his second qualifying time set. Nice off the line, Stephen Butterlord over that little roller. And then there's that turn right there. Again, that's the tight turn. You saw he had a step on the brake, and that slowed him down a little bit. He gasses, though, and his time will be faster by a whole second, 15.609 for Team Suzuki. $15.609. All right, now coming up next, it's supposed to be Time Flies and Taz. Looks like both drivers might not be here as far as I can see. Time Flies campaigned, take a look at the sign-up sheet. AJ actually might be able to make it, I think. He was here just a moment ago. We will ping both drivers, so... Time Flies and Taz are next, so we will ping them and give them 2 minutes. As now we continue on into qualifying again. Some of the lineup has been changed from some of the drivers unable to make it. And now 2 minutes are now on the clock for both drivers. And if they don't make it to the line, they will not race. So that's the major thing. If they qualify, they have a shot. But if they don't qualify, they're not making it to the racing competition. This is going to be a new rule moving forward for Loud Pedal Monster Trucks after Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night. Qualify and you're in racing. However, if you are not qualified into racing, you are not making it. Because then we have stuff like this where quite a lot of the drivers either have last-minute plans or something happens and they're unable to make it, or truck mechanical issues bites them and they're unable to make it to the line. Currently waiting on the time for both drivers, a minute over. Both trucks are so far unable to make it. And Grave Prowler looks like he is just kind of warming up the crowd here while we wait for more qualifying runs to come. Currently 30 seconds left of their qualifying session as of right now. Grave Prowler will be in racing, and because of the amount of drivers that seem to be not being able to qualify, it looks like all drivers that do qualify as of right now in this rate, looks like they will all make it to the racing competition. Because, yep, 2 minutes are up. Both are not going to be racing tonight. Tough break for them, as now we are about to get down the list even more as we take a look at the event info. Next pairing is Avenger and Bigfoot. Avenger and Bigfoot's now the next pairing. Maximum Destruction pulls off. We got Brianna in Bigfoot and Super Baymax Zero in Avenger. These will be your your two drivers that will be going and qualifying into tonight's competition. Steven, can you time Avenger for us?
I could time for Avenger. Give me a sec.
Okay. Alright, so we'll currently wait then for actually Steven's got it. Steven's got it.
All right.
Alright, so Steven will be timing Avenger. I'll be timing Bigfoot. Both drivers have put the R in chat, waiting for the red and green. Little power wheelie there for Brianna and Bigfoot. And Baymax with a nice lead in Avenger, now going into that final corner. Brianna with a little bit of rear steer issue, slowly going around the corner. Avenger down at the line. And here comes Brianna and Bigfoot, as now they're going to switch into their other lanes for qualifying. Because again, alright, 17.71 for Avenger. We're going to put that down here. 17.71. And then for Bigfoot, Sparkplug, 19.399. Now they're going to be getting their second qualifying times in, as Super Baymax lining up for that left-hand lane, and Brianna already set in the right-hand lane. We're just waiting on Super Baymax Zero in Avenger to get his second qualifying time in. Pulling up now. Brianna already put the R in chat. We are now waiting on Baymax to put the R in chat. Both have done it now. Watch the red and watch the green. Nice start from both. Again, slight edge for Avenger as they go into that corner. Slow turn for Bigfoot. Whole shot for Avenger. Waiting on the time for Avenger. Meanwhile, alright, there it is, 17.45, so that will be his fastest time, as he gained just a couple of seconds. And then for Bigfoot, 19.296, Brianna, she got now a faster time. Alright, there's two trucks left in qualifying, and that is Spider-Man and Black Stallion. That's going to be your last pairing for qualifying before we move on to camper racing and then eventually monster truck racing. And then Steven can time Black Stallion. I'll time Spider-Man. Jack, as we call him, the backflip king, and knowing him, especially from the SW4 Clash days, he drove Spider-Man, and how about that? He is now back in Spider-Man, this time in the old school Sim Monsters truck. And then we have Trackmaster, who's making his second TF Motorsports appearance. He is now in the Black Stallion, as he is set, ready to go. And now we're waiting for Jack to put the R in chat so we can start qualifying both trucks simultaneously. Watching the red and watching the green. Nice start for both trucks. Going over that roller. Trackmaster with the lead. Jack and Spider-Man. Nice turn. Oh! Crazy wreck there for Black Stallion. Trackmaster cut the track, and then he just went up onto that middle jump. So his first time will be a DNF, but we still have one more run. But regardless, he will make the racing bracket because he did participate in qualifying. So he's going to flip the truck back over and he's going to go into the next lane. Meanwhile, Spider-Man, 17.212. And yes, so currently looking at the amount of drivers that we have qualified. Looks to be 10 of the 16 trucks that signed up before. So it looks like we'll have to significantly adjust the bracket to the amount of drivers that we have currently racing. As now the drivers are starting to line up and we're about to see how will they do this time. Spider-Man and Black Stallion at the line. Both have put the R in chat. Here we go. Much better start there, and Black Stallion this time takes it much easier in the corner, as now we're about to see how their times are. As now taking a look for Spider-Man, he got faster, 16.950, and for Black Stallion, 15.38. And that was qualifying for the monster trucks. Ladies and gentlemen, if you love destruction, then I think this side act tonight is going to be for you, and it's going to be some camper racing. While we set up the racing bracket, these drivers are going to have some stress-free fun, and they're going to be going into some campers, going around the track 3 times. They'll be able to choose whatever corner they want to choose to cross that finish line first. We're going to put the labels on so we can see who is driving what camper, because we have quite a few campers already out here. So yeah, once they reach that finish line, they're going to have to immediately turn into one of the corners that they want to turn for their next lap. 3 laps in total. We got Jester, we got Trackmaster, we got Grave Prowler, and over there we got Super Baymax. All the way back here we got more. We got Felipe and Stephen Butterlord. That is a total of 6 campers out here. This is going to be good. We ask for these drivers to put the collisions on because we want destruction. And if you want destruction, be sure to put it in chat. And yes, we got 7. Jake is going in the lineup. So we got 7 campers all in this one race while we set up the racing bracket. Oh, Brianna's also here too, so make that, supposedly maybe make that 8. We're going to give this a couple more seconds before we give them the countdown to go and show everyone what destruction is all about. And here on Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night, obviously, it's paying tribute to the past, but also we're showing destruction. Alright, I think we're all set and ready to go now at the line. Get ready as we're going to count from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Three laps around this course. Already there's some destruction. Felipe flips and gets dragged. You can see Super Baymax with a huge lag spike. Jester, Grave Prowler neck and neck. Now they're on lap 2 and they both decide to go in the one lane. Oh, I think Jake actually might be getting caught on one of the drivers. From what we see, Grave Prowler's leading this one. Brianna pulls off late, so we still got more campers out here. It's the final lap now. Grave Prowler absolutely on a tear. Look at the damage Jake has. And look how Jester... Oh, he just plows into Baymax right in front of us. Oh, Brianna's going for Jester. Oh, my. And meanwhile, crossing the line, Grave Prowler with ease wins Meanwhile, everyone else goes on a destruction frenzy, and I think we're going to see a little more of that right now. They look like they're not done. Oh, and Great Power brings out Max D. Talk about pure destruction. As now, fans, that was some spectacular camper racing, but let's get back to action coming up in just a moment. Monster Truck Racing is set to take center stage here on Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night very shortly. Friendly reminder that the Loud Pedal Monster Trucks will return very soon. We're still coming up with dates for both tours, so keep your eyes out on when that may be. Might be soon, might be later, but it is in the plans and is in the works as we continue to clean up the track and get ready for Monster Truck Racing. And currently looking at some of these times and some of these passes that we saw, these drivers were really putting the hammer down. Yep, so the lineup has to be adjusted slightly. There's 10 drivers that qualified in this competition, so obviously we're going to have to go ahead and we're going to have to adjust the racing bracket from how it was. So bear with us here for a few moments as we finalize the racing bracket. Alright, the bracket has been fully made, so we actually had to trim down a couple of the rounds. So what's going to happen is we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to start off with 2 races, and that will lead us into pretty much a round 2. Then we'll have a semi-final round and then a final round. So we're set and ready to go for Monster Truck Racing fans. Let's get it underway. Kicking things off in the racing competition, it is going to be Bulldozer and Grinder going head-to-head in the first matchup of round number 1. So here's what's going to happen is, so first it will be Bulldozer and Grinder, then we'll see the greatest rivalry of motorsports, Grave Digger and Max D. Then after that, we'll move on, and both trucks who win those races will face off in the beginning of round 2. Then we'll see Black Stallion go up against Jurassic Attack, Team Suzuki against Spider-Man, and Avenger against Bigfoot. Monster Truck fans, are you ready for some racing? Coming up first, it is going to be Felipe in the Advanced Auto Parts Grinder going toe-to-toe to Jester in Bulldozer, your first matchup of round number 1. We wait for the commands for both drivers to start off tonight's racing competition. And there's the green. First official race, Bulldozer. Oh my goodness, oh my. Right off the bat, huge crash. It is the Advanced Auto Parts Grinder moving on. Jester and Bulldozer just got way too close to the wall, got caught, and just flipped over, and there goes his chances in getting the racing win. I think Bulldozer's synonymous for some wild wrecks over the years, and I think that one was another one that'll be added to the list. This was one of the biggest rivalries in monster trucks from around just the late 1990s and wrapping up just last year. But however, in the Sim Monsters and Virtual Monster Truck realm, it will live on forever because now we're having it here tonight. Grave Prowler Maximum Destruction facing off against Garrett Hansen in the Grave Digger. We're going to see who will be able to face off against Grinder in just the next race after this. Grave is ready. We're waiting on Garrett. Garrett is ready. Who do you got, Gravedigger or Max D? Both are determined. They're both equal as they go into that corner. But Gravedigger, beautiful turn. It's Gravedigger. And oh, just managed to save it. Gravedigger moves on to the next race as he will stay out actually. As Grinder now will pull up. It'll be Gravedigger and Grinder in just a few moments. As we've officially made it to round number 2 of Monster Truck Racing. As now both drivers are getting ready here. Felipe set, waiting on Garrett now and Gravedigger. And Gravedigger set at the line. Nice start for both as they go into that first little roller there. Equal as they go into that corner. Gravedigger, much tighter turn, and it will be Gravedigger, the black and green wrecking machine. Oh, big crash for Grinder. Bashing into the freestyle ramp. Felipe, huge crash. First one to go to the semifinals now is the black and green wrecking machine. That'd be Garrett and Gravedigger defeating Felipe in Grinder. As now we got a couple more matchups in for round number 2 coming up. Next up, it's going to be Black Stallion and also Jurassic Attack going toe-to-toe. We're going to see who will be winning this competition here now. Trackmaster Black Stallion. He's been very, very good this I think the last time we saw him was Sim Monsters, the Champions Night of Loud Pedal Monster Trucks. He did decently. We're excited to see how he does here in Black Stallion here in Nostalgia Night. And then Jurassic Attacks, KC Jake making his debut tonight. And he seems to be maybe having some technical issues. He's just going to try to figure them up. Joining back in. This is his very first TF Motorsport event. We're going to see how he does here. As currently Black Stallion is at the line, but Jurassic Attack is not. Jake now on 2 minutes, while Black Stallion is set at the line. Trackmaster begging and hoping and praying that he has a single pass. Meanwhile, Casey Jake trying to get his situation fixed here. He seems to be having some bad lag issues. But again, because of show flow, we have to keep going. So currently, just about 1:30 remains on the clock for Casey Jake to figure out this issue on how to solve it. And if he doesn't get it, we'll have to actually... Oh, yep, he just said he can't make it. As he just went, tried, and it just could not work out for him. And for tonight, we're going to bring out a fast loser. So we're taking a look back at that previous round 1 section that we had earlier. Bulldozer Grinder, Gravedigger Max D, and it was Max D who actually was the only one who lost but still got a time. So Max D is going to come back. So this is the only time we're doing fast loser, which is during round 1. But after that, no more fast losers. So Max D coming back as a fast loser. Grave Prowler's got another shot to try to get the win. Meanwhile, Trackmaster Black Stallion looking to try to get his big pass in racing, a golden pass. Now the R in chat is being requested from both drivers now. All right, we are getting all set. Dead even off the line, slight edge to Max D. Black Stallion seems to be straighter as they go into the final corner. Beautiful turn for Black Stallion. Both slow up. And just Black Stallion's going to move on. Trackmaster Black Stallion. He will face Gravedigger in the semis. Coming up next, it's Team Suzuki and Spider-Man going off in our racing competition here on Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night, as we continue on here tonight. There's Stephen Butterlord, Team Suzuki lining up, and now we are waiting on the word. Excuse me. We're currently waiting now on Jack, who is going to be bringing out Spider-Man for his racing competition appearance. Stephen Butterlord, he's been having some great success this season. He's been having some big moments. He managed to get a large win back in Canada. Now he's looking to try to get a big win here at a large event like Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night. And now 2 minutes are now on the clock for Spider-Man. While we wait for Jack to see if he's able to make it here in the racing competition, just want to point out a couple things. Steven has been very consistent. He's had some great moments in this Rigs or Rod series. He's had some great freestyles. He's had some great racing victories. He's now looking to try to get a large win here in Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night in a old school truck. I remember the old days. I think Isaac was the driver in Suzuki back in the season 2, I believe, of SMV4 Clash. He did a phenomenal job in that truck, and now we see the truck back, but this time it's a much older body from Urban Assault, and now this time it is the driver of Stephen Butterlord. A minute left on the clock as we currently wait. Currently waiting, and as of right now, Jack has not said anything, so Jack might not be able to make it. Again, we still have some time on the clock before we could see if there might be a bye run for Team Suzuki. Currently 25 seconds left on the clock before we can confirm. Steven waiting patiently. And as of right now, still no word on Jack and Spider-Man. And oh, just as 5 seconds are left on the clock, he just made it to the call. It will be Suzuki and Spider-Man. What a close call for Jack. He almost missed it. As now we are going to be setting up this race here. What a lucky break there for Jack. As now they're going racing. Steven with the slight advantage as they go into that big swooping corner. And Jack, oh, he has a better corner. It's Spider-Man. That turn really did a difference. And Steven gets eliminated. Jack, Spider-Man moves on. Now it's time for the last race of round number 2, and that is going to be Avenger and Bigfoot. Brianna in the eSparkplugs Bigfoot, Super Baymax Zero in Avenger. Ford versus Chevy. We're going to see who will be able to bring it home into the semifinal round. All right, Baymax is ready. Now we wait for Brianna to restage and see if she's able to be ready for this race here. Getting into that nice diagonal. Yep, she's ready. Now we are ready to get the red and green. Little power wheelie there for Bigfoot. Super Baymax with the lead in Avenger. Here comes that one swooping corner. Baymax looks to be even faster than his qual. Oh, he messed up a little bit. Bigfoot tries to charge, and it's going to be Avenger. Brianna was charging back, but Super Baymax just got her by just about a truck length. It is now time for the semifinals to kick off. Here in Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night, Gravedigger and Black Stallion going toe-to-toe. Winner goes to the championship round, and the winner of this race gets to go on the middle hill, which we like to call the Monster Hill. So they get to watch the race from a pretty good view after this one. Now we wait for both drivers to put R in chat. We got Trackmaster Black Stallion, Garrett Hansen, Gravedigger. Trackmaster set. Okay, both drivers are set. Here we go. Winner goes to the final round, and a power wheelie from Black Stallion. Already a nice start for Gravedigger. Oh, Black Stallion up on 2 wheels. He's not going to get it as he misses the ramp entirely and hits the middle. It is all Gravedigger. Garrett Hansen, one step closer to the championship round. And now he gets to go on the middle hill and watch this race from above as we have Avenger and Spider-Man going toe-to-toe. Baymax and Jack showing each other up. Again, just a little bit of friendly contact here for bragging rights. As we're about to see here, both wishing each other good luck as we're about to see who will be facing Garrett Hansen in the Black and Green Wrecking Machine in the final round. It's either Jack and Spider-Man or Super Baymax Zero in Avenger. Now drivers are about to be putting their R's in chat. winner faces Gravedigger. Beautiful start for Spider-Man, but coming out of the corner was Avenger, and then Spider-Man again. Avenger's got a problem. All over the place on the straightaway and into the turn. It's Spider-Man though moving to the championship round. And oh my, that is a violent wreck. Hit the rear and spin on its top right there. A very big wreck. Again, that's another wreck we've seen in both qualifying and racing. And now we're about to get the championship round momentarily as Super Baymax Zero now getting flipped over and getting checked out. Meanwhile, we're about to have the final matchup set. It's Garrett Hansen, Gravedigger against Jack and Spider-Man going toe-to-toe in our championship matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the last race of the championship round, and we're about to get things squared off between these two competitors. Rings of Rots fans, are you ready to meet your Nostalgia Night contenders? The black and green wrecking machine is ready to go. It's Garrett Hansen, Gravedigger. And on the other side, staring at him right from the windshield, ready to try to save the day, this time at Nostalgia Night, it is Jack in Spider-Man. Both drivers now are set, and they are going to be going toe-to-toe here in our championship final. Hope everyone's enjoying Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night here on the ROR Motorsports Network. We got a lot of great things set to come momentarily on this channel. There's a couple of Rigs of Rods events soon to come, so be sure to stay tuned for that. A lot of things are in store, as this is just the start. Alright, chat. How many of you think it's gonna be Jack and Spider-Man that's gonna get the racing win? Man, how many of you think it's gonna be the Gravedigger with Garrett Hansen? As now we're about to ask for that specific command. Make some noise. We're going rowdy in the Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night. Gravedigger with just a slight advantage as they go into the final corner. Here they come down that final corner. They come to the finish line. It's the black and green wrecking machine. Garrett Hansen, Gravedigger. A big victory, and fatally enough, with one of the most popular monster trucks. How about it? Garrett Hansen and the Gravedigger getting a big racing victory here tonight at Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night. And you can see that old school truck right there. Old school panel design. The body straight from Monster Jam, the video game, full on nostalgic. And how about that for Garrett Hansen? Big win for a competition that only comes once a year under the TF Motorsport brand. Now we'll soon get an interview for him. Garrett Hansen, Gravedigger, your racing winner here at Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night. But remember, we're not done. We got our freestyle competition. We still have another winner to crown here at this very special event.
There
we go. All right, now there he is. There he is right there now, unmuted and set to go, ladies and gentlemen. How about it, Garrett? This has been a competition that's been tough for some of these drivers. They have to qualify their way in. Then they have to get through this racing bracket. But you, my man, have done it flawlessly. You got an insane fast pass, and then you paid it off with a fantastic racing win. How's it feel to win in Nostalgia Night 2025?
You know, honestly, Thomas, I wasn't expecting to win this at all. I mean, you got a lot of great competitors. I mean, you got Grave out here. He's parked right next to my truck, right in front of it. But everybody gave it their all, but the black and green truck came out on top tonight.
And yet, but not only that, this is not the only competition that we have. With Loud Pedal Monster Trucks, obviously this is the main competition, but this is Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night, and we're going nostalgic like old school Monster Jam. And what Monster Jam is known for is freestyle, and your truck specifically as well is known for that freestyle part. Do you think you're able to get that double down here tonight in Gravedigger?
You know, my confidence has gone all the way with getting this racing win, so this black and green truck is going to be absolutely nothing by the time freestyle comes around.
All right, and that's the spirit, especially with driving that truck. As all the drivers do, they drill into the ground, and he's ready to drill into the ground. Fans, give it up for your racing winner, Garrett Hansen, Gravedigger. Fans, do not go anywhere. We're about to get things underway with a popular competition. Who's ready for Monster Truck Freestyle? How freestyle will go is as follows. It will be 2 minutes for each driver. After that point, they will get a score 1 out of 45. They're able to spawn in destruction obstacles if they want to add some bonus points and help bring their score a little higher. As these dirt ramps are not the only thing, of course, we still have all those destruction obstacles in the back that they're able to bring out for their run. Coming up first is going to be Grinder with Felipe behind the wheel. Your first one up for the freestyle competition. Felipe in the in the Advanced Auto Parts Grinder. He is known for putting on some spectacular freestyles, and we're going to see if he's able to bring it home here at Squishy Stadium. As now we're currently waiting for him to get things underway. And yep, there he is. He brings out a camper to start. They can bring in whatever destruction obstacle that they want to maybe boost up their score a little bit. So he brings out the camper to start off. Trying to put it in some way. Hopefully he's able to get it on the hill exactly the way that he wants. And there's really no rules except if you fully flip it over, you got to shut it off or hear verbally RAI. And then, of course, after the run is done, you're able to keep going, but that's when the scores will be turned in. Felipe getting some old school Squishy Stadium buses right there. Fitting enough for that track that we are on here today. And the layout actually, as Felipe says, looks pretty similar to how he won it back when he drove Backdraft in the old Clash days. But now we are good to go. Timer is set. The judges are ready to watch. He's ready for 2 minutes. It's Felipe and Grinder, and what a start for his freestyle. Scores are 1 out of 45. 2 minutes on the clock will be scored. And you have Felipe, first one to drive on this truck. You can see that chassis. Now you can see a little bit more up close now that we're seeing only one truck at a time. You can see the old chassis, the old tires. When you saw those old Rigs and Rods Monster Jam videos from like online sim competitions, you could see at the time the tires weren't moving because that's how older that online service was. Here he comes now, lining up for that that huge hill that he has up there. Beautiful air off it. Nice little slap wheelie continuing on. He's got about now a minute to go in his freestyle. Halfway through, first minute was well. Let's see if he's able to boost it. Nice destruction. That's the first destruction hit that you'll see of the night. Bashing through that double bus stack that he put out there. Looks like he's going for the side of the hill. Oh, and he's over. Not going to pull ahead. Just had about 34 seconds on the clock. Give it up for Felipe and the Advanced Auto Parts Grinder. Scores will be coming in momentarily for Felipe. Scores are coming in now for Felipe after that run. Still had quite a lot of time on the clock. That will just earn him a 16. So 16 is the score to beat, which belongs to Felipe and Grinder. Coming up next, make some noise for Grave Prower and Maximum Destruction. Grave Prower, Max D. He's been a very big name on TF Motorsports and also here on the ROR Motorsports Network. He is one of our partners on this on this channel here. Again, want to give him a big shout out on that as well. And now he gets a shot possibly for a big freestyle victory. And he's going to go off, of course, with some old Squishy Stadium crushable obstacles, going into the spirit of these old school events. Pulling up a camper. Oh, looks like he's just putting all the destruction obstacles in one area. Oh, never mind. He's actually going to have a perfect shot for that camper. Getting also a Gravedigger motorhome. This is pretty much the original motorhome thing that drivers would smash through with the Box 5 trucks. You can see that right there. Puts it right there in the middle of that big ramp there. Oop, decides not to go for that. Decides to go for the city bus. Goes for that instead. And you can see while he's setting it up, he's just going very technical on where he wants to set up that that bus right there. He is fired up, fans. Make some noise. He's ready to start his freestyle. Grave Prower, Maximum Destruction. How many Grave Prower fans do we have here tonight? He can see ya. He can hear ya. Great Prower getting ready for his first hit here in his freestyle attempt. Score to beat 16, belonging to Felipe and Grinder. Beautiful through the camper to start. Great Prower, maximum destruction. There's a lot of room on the judges area. So he's got a huge gap to work with. But he's got to watch out for flipping over, or he's got to watch out for pretty much for anything that could really catch him. Because with this track, there is some things that can really catch you, like that right there. He's spinning already. Flipping. He's not going to get it. REI's called. He's on his lid. 45 seconds full. So his score will be significantly low again. As we saw, he just went right for the ramp, and the truck was already turning when he hit that ramp, and it just glided him all the way down the hill, and he just went over. So it will just be a score of an 8 for Max D. Still your leader is Felipe in Grinder. Coming up next, it will be Jake in Jurassic Attack. That'll be your next freestyle coming up. We're just going to ask for Baymax to despawn. He's on later on. Jake is currently scheduled to go. All right, he is good to go now to spawn in. He's got a slight lag issue. We're going to see if he's able to fix that as he gets ready for his freestyle run. So far, freestyle has had some pretty good moments. Felipe, so far your leader with the score of 16. Great Prower tried to get it in Max D, but however, a unlucky entry into the ramp caused him to flip wildly and unable to save it. Got him an 8. So now we are waiting now on Jake to. Alright, Jake is unable to, so he is now out of the competition. So next up would be Bulldozer with Jester behind the wheel. He's able to spawn and stuff if he wants to. If not, he is good to go either way. And he's actually bringing out a second Bulldozer. Looks to be for a truck jump, possibly. Kind of reminiscent of the old Tom Mentz one-truck jumps from back in the 2000s. We're going to see if this is going to work. Score to beat 16 from Grinder. Here comes Jester in Bulldozer, the original bull truck. As he is soon going to be good to go. Whenever he hits that first jump, that is when the time will start. And it looks like he's going to go for that jump right off the bat. And yeah, behind him, fittingly enough, you can see that Pepsi sign. That is like an old school texture. So if that isn't old school, I don't know what is. Beautifully clears it. Nice landing, and now his run officially starts. Will he be the one to get the freestyle win? And there's still quite a few drivers left in freestyle. We had a few drivers who were ready to make it. However, unfortunately, they had some issues. And then there was also some other drivers who seemed to have had either other plans or had more truck issues, so they were unable to get back. But meanwhile, so far, this is our third freestyle fully confirmed. Jester having a pretty decent run. Going for that side of that hill. Nice little air. Trying to find some unique ways to hit it. And even if he fills in the clock, this could take the lead easily. Because Felipe left 34 seconds on the clock. So that's a big thing. 1 minute remains now for Bulldozer. Beautiful air. Nosedive crash similar to the old days. And he's not going to pull it over. RAI is called. However, he will not take the lead because he actually left more time on the clock compared to what Felipe left. Scores are coming in for Bulldozer. And it will be just a 14. So currently, Felipe with the lead. Coming up next is your racing winner. It is Garrett Hansen in Gravedigger. We're going to see if he's able to get the double down. He's the only one to be able to attempt to do so. As now Garrett bringing out some buses here as he gets ready for his freestyle run. As we continue to wind down, as we have Gravedigger, we got Suzuki, we have Avenger, we have Bigfoot, Spider-Man, and Black Stallion. So significantly shorter lineup compared to what we had before. More obstacles placed. Now we're seeing if he's good to go now, or does he have more up his sleeve? As he has a double bus. He's got a camper. He brings out a car-van-car combo. He's going to put it, looks to be, he's deciding by the racing lane. Maybe for a little bit of elevation. Here we go, fans. Make some noise. Garrett Hansen, Gravedigger, your racing winner. We're going to go for a double down. A power wheelie to start, reminiscent to Gravedigger 7. And a nice start. Beautiful air, and again, Felipe with a score of 16. He's been holding on for a while. He still has a lot of room to really beat that. He just needs to fill in the time all the way, but also keep some big wow factors in so we could stay in the lead longer, because pretty much all he has to do is fill in the clock all the way. That's really the only thing he really has to do while keeping this up. Nice donuts. Back for the Monster Hill. Beautiful air. He's just continuing it on here tonight. Garrett Hansen, Gravedigger. Even jumping over the little hills. Still getting some massive air from them. Going for the backside. Beautiful air and clears the transition. Just less than a minute to go now. Just around 50 seconds remain for Gravedigger. Just taps that bus. Now to that box 5 motorhome, beautifully done. Oh, he gets... Oh, managed to just save it. 30 seconds left. He's got a good run forming now. Beautifully done there. Now 10 seconds remain for Gravedigger. He's taking the lead, but for how much? Sick air. Already the biggest air. And now 2 seconds to win up. This is going to be his last hit for the clock. Some reverse donuts. And now the scores will be turned in. And it looks like he's going to park it right there. Revving the motor. And now he is finished. Give it up for Garrett Hansen in Gravedigger as he pulls off after a very good run. A 26 will be your new score to beat. Garrett Hansen looking for the double down. Coming up next, it is Stephen Butterlord in Team Suzuki. As now Stephen is getting ready to get his run in momentarily. As he gets his destruction obstacle set for his freestyle attempt. Score to beat now, Garrett Hansen, Gravedigger, 26. Pulling out a bus as well. A bus stack. Steven is looking to go to the moon and see NASA. And he is just pulling off all the destruction obstacles that he can find, and he's just placing them on. And again, with Loud Pedal Monster Trucks coming up with Season 3, with that tour, this is still going to be a thing that you'll see on that series for when we get to Exhibition Freestyles, which that series is not usually known for the freestyles, but with that, you're able to see all the destruction obstacles. So it's not just Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night with freestyle competitions, but even the Exhibition Freestyles for Loud Pedal Monster Trucks, you're able to see it there. Alright, looking to challenge Garrett Hansen's score of a 26. Here comes Stephen Butterlord in Team Suzuki. Here he comes out of the box. Beautiful air. Kind of went a little bit on the top, but managed to pull it back down. Going for that hill right there. Decent air. Took it a little too easy. You see, he got a little bit cattywampus. A little on two wheels and managed to save it. He's looking now for those wow factors. As Garrett, he had some really big air, but I don't think he had a major save. And as Steven now does some reverse donuts, this is where Steven can make hay and really blast into the lead if he can try to pull off some big moves and crazy wow factors. This is one of them here. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no. That rebound killed him, as now he is just a little over a minute left on the clock, so he's going to have a shorter score, but still, that is a big moment from Steven in Team Suzuki. Scores are coming in now for Suzuki. it is going to be just about a 17 for Suzuki because of all that time that was on the clock. But still, give it up for Steven there in Suzuki. Coming up next, representing Team Scream, it's Super Baymax Zero and Avenger. As now he gets ready for his freestyle momentarily. Gravedigger still holds on the lead with a 26, looking for the double down here at Squishy Stadium. And remember, do not leave, because remember, we still have a special encore with the Box 5 Monster Trucks after the show. So be sure to go ahead and get set for that. It'll be a very, very fun, energetic part there. And look at this. Super Baymax bringing out Brutus. Looks to be a truck he'll jump over. As now he continues to get ready for his freestyle run. Super Baymax Zero, Avenger. Decent showing in the racing competition. Oh, he's actually going to jump over an extra Bigfoot truck, this one being a Firestone sponsored one. Looks like he's going for a multi-truck jump, trying to one-up Jester, who had that one truck jump. Now he looks for two trucks. So this is something interesting that Super Baymax has in store for his freestyle. He's got another truck, Quick Draw. So now he's got three trucks on the gap right there with that ramp. Now we currently wait now, seeing if that's it. And he brings out the old school backflip ramp as well. And it looks like this might be everything here. Super Baymax putting it all on the table. He wants to walk away with the win. And possibly a gift card off to boot. Here he comes, fans. Make some noise. We have Avenger in the house. Super Baymax Zero looking to try to make a big win here on a big event. Give him a little photo opportunity as he's getting ready to jump over three trucks for his start to freestyle. Here he goes for his first hit. beautiful air, manages to nail it. Little nosedive there. Oof, you can see the massive amount of lag he has. Oh! He is underneath the backflip ramp. Stuck underneath. He's hitting the wall trying to reverse, but that actually created a problem. He's actually now centered with the backflip ramp. So that right here, you can see, look at that. He is just unable to turn himself back around. Seems to only be using the front steer. The lag is kind of hitting him. So this is taking away precious time as he tries to get out of that backflip, underneath the backflip actually. Now he's out, already a minute to go in the run. Oof. Seems to be a lot of issues in that truck there. Oh, now he's stuck in between the walls now. He can't seem to get out of the walls. Oof. Already sheared off a lot of time. Already big air, but he only has 30 seconds left. That was a massive amount of time he took trying to get out of that situation. Both situations. But he's trying to make up for it. Little save there. And nice little two wheels there. 10 seconds already remains for Avenger. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is going to be his last hit for the clock. Goes for the backflip. And he is going to nail it. He had some big moments in there, but however, just that massive chunk is really going to hurt his scores though. But he's still going to keep going for the fans, looks like here. Crazy move, but he did it after all the scores were in. And he saves it, but it won't count. Avenger gets a 14 as he spins and spins. Doing the old Jim Kohler Cyclones. Goes into a higher gear up on two wheels, and there he goes. And then he spins like a top to wrap up his appearance here on Sid Monsters Nostalgia Night. Give it up one more time for Super Baymax Zero and Avenger. Beautiful job on those crazy hits. Though hopefully he was able to get out of that situation a little bit quicker, but still he managed to pull off a really good backflip. But that will not take the lead. Still, Gravedigger is your leader. And I do have word he has the mic, I believe.
Scorcher Stadium! That's not the score, eh? I did one thing, turn that truck upside down, and I gave you a show! Yeah!
He's got the energy. Super Baymax Zero showing why he is an Avenger. Coming up next is Brianna in the Bigfoot. Brianna Bigfoot next up to go in freestyle. We're going to see how she does now. I believe this is her second freestyle. However, this one will actually be her first scored one in this series here. Decides to bring out the MLB Bigfoot for this one. excited to see what she does here. Last time we saw this truck was Eva Destruction from Seacock Speedway all those years ago. I believe might have been TJ who was driving that truck at the time. But now Brianna, she's gonna try to take the lead from Garrett and Gravedigger with a score of a 26. As now she looks to be lining up. Maybe a little bit of a rev in the middle. She's ready to go. She is good to go now. Looks like she only has front steer, but she can still throw it down. Nice first hit over the racing lane. Backs up, looks to really line up for that gap jump here. Beautiful air, and she clears it. King of the Monster Trucks for 2025, celebrating 50 years of car crushing and excitement. And now Brianna continues to continue that tradition even in the virtual realm as she tries to go for the freestyle win in Bigfoot. Decent run so far. She's got some pretty good hits in. Nice little air. Looks like she does have rear steer. She got to figure it out here. I think there was an issue, but it looks like it's all good now. As of right now, the one who's done so far a perfect freestyle has been Garrett and Gravedigger. He hasn't slowed down. He had some great air. But, however, there wasn't really a major save. This is where Brianna can make hay, do a big move that we haven't seen yet, and possibly take the lead over if she can have some crazy moments through and through. And so far, she's had a great run. She has about 30 seconds now on the clock for Bigfoot. Beautiful sky wheelie from that hill. "20 seconds left. More huge air again. Nice little air assault there. Try to put into it like a slight stoppie. More air. 3, 2, 1. She has one more hit to go, and it's a donut. Make this the last hit right here. Beautiful air again, so that will be the last hit for the clock. Now, she can keep going for the fans or shut the truck off, as we'll tabulate now the scores. Nice little bicycle there from that little double section. As now, this is just for the fans. She is continuing on for you. Celebrating for 50 years of being the king of the monster trucks. Beautiful job there. Scores are in though, but still a great way to thank the fans for 50 years. Scores already in at 24, so they'll put her in second place. A really great run as she took it a little easy. She had some great moments, but Garrett just had her by a little bit, but still, they'll put her in a really great, respectable second place. How about it for Brianna and Bigfoot? And how about that fittingly right there, sitting on the top of the hill? Gravedigger still your leader with a 26. Bigfoot now sits in second place with a 24. And third place is Felipe and Grinder with a 16. We still have 2 more trucks for freestyle coming up momentarily. We got, looks to be Spider-Man coming up now for freestyle with Jack behind the wheel. Hang on a moment. Remember the SMB4 Clash? Look at this. He's bringing out this truck, and it looks like he's going to be using it for a part of his freestyle. He's going to be putting it somewhere. Here he comes. Looks to be doing another one of those truck jumps. He's going to put the truck right, looks to be in the middle, as he's about to get that regular old school Sim Monster Spider-Man out very shortly. Yep, so now we have we got Spider-Man ready to go pretty soon with Jack behind the wheel, and then Trackmaster and Black Stallion will be last after that. And then we have that special encore at the end of the show. The old Box 5 trucks will be back for a little special encore to wrap up the night. And then that'll be it for Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night 2025. And then the next time we'll do an event like this under the TF Motorsport brand is in 365 days. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but pretty much next time we'll do it is 2026. And there's that backflip he is really known for right down there. Here he comes, fans, make some noise. It's Jack and Spider-Man. Score to beat still 26 from Garrett Hansen and Gravedigger, the only one that's able to get a double down. He's got 2 trucks now to avoid. And now starting off his run is Spider-Man. Beautiful slap wheelie. And then Black Stallion is after Spider-Man's run. There's the air over the current day Spider-Man, and believe it or not, that's the SMB4 Clash version again. Grave Prowler now owns that tour, but it's unclear of when it will come back. But however, the files still exist somewhere, and Jack still has some of them, as proven right over there. Looks to have a teeny bit of a lag issue. You can see him starting to buffer just a little bit. You can see him kind of stop, and now he goes over to that bus. Nice air there. Little slap wheelie. Continues on. Some more air from that. Oh my god. And he is not going to make it again. Just about a minute full is Spider-Man. As we continue on freestyle, scores are going to be low. Spider-Man will not take the lead, but still had some decent moments in his run. Knowing Jack, though, he's not satisfied yet. As now, I can see he's bringing Spider-Man over. And he parks it right by the backflip ramp because I know exactly what's coming next. And if you've watched us for long enough, you know what Jack is known for. Just getting word in, one of our drivers that wasn't able to make racing might actually make freestyle. Just got a text back for someone driving Mohawk Warrior. We will be giving word on that pretty soon. But anyway, Jack is about to backflip just for you. Are you kidding me? Unreal. Make some noise for Jack in Team Spider-Man. And for his regular freestyle portion that lasted roughly only a minute, Spider-Man's score is coming out to just being a 15. So that will be the score for Spider-Man. Again, this track has been eating up quite a few of these drivers, surprisingly. I think it's that, but also the truck setup that they have. It's been a lot of tough luck there, but we got officially now 2 trucks left. Black Stallion and now Mohawk Warrior. So coming up next will be Trackmaster and Black Stallion. Trackmaster getting ready for his freestyle run. Again, still on the freestyle schedule. Garrett Hansen still has that lead as he currently has a 26 in Gravedigger, looking to try to get that double down, but now 2 drivers remain. Trackmaster, Black Stallion, and then later on we have Naz in Mohawk Warrior. And that will be the last competitor after Black Stallion. He's saying go big or go home, and he's going to try to do it here, as he is already pulling off all these different destruction obstacles. We're going to see if he's able to go ahead and get the win here. Trackmaster in the Black Stallion truck. 2 trucks remain in freestyle. You have Black Stallion, and then Mohawk Warrior will wrap up freestyle after that. And then, of course, we have our encore at the end of the night to wrap up Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night 2025, and then we'll make way for 2026 coming up in the future. Alright, he is set. He is now in the tunnel. Make some noise for Trackmaster Black Stallion. Representing Voddards Motorsports, a truck synonymous with Thunder Nationals. Decent start, crushes down the van perfectly, and now he makes his way into a donut. Trying to pull the rabbit out of the hat. as what happened with Garrett Hansen. He had a lot of air, a lot of consistency, but didn't have a wow factor. Everyone's been trying to get that wow factor in, but either did it after the clock happened or flipped over early and couldn't have a chance. So these two drivers could play spoiler. Down for that double, decent air. Trackmaster in Black Stallion looking to try to get a freestyle victory in just his second event here with TF Motorsports. Ooh, just caught himself there. Oh, never mind, I spoke too soon. And it happened again. Another driver over with just a minute to spare. He was already called done when he flipped over just like that. As when he turned the wheels, he was already done at that point. So he already will get scores turned in. He'll keep going for the fans, looks to be, as scores are coming in for Black Stallion. Really tough night for freestyle, surprisingly. As scores come in, it will only just be a 4 for Black Stallion. One truck remains, and it's Mohawk Warrior. Last up is Naz coming out in Mohawk Warrior, your last competitor in the freestyle competition. As he is good to go whenever he's ready. Will he do it? Nice air there, Naz. This is the last one for freestyle. Will it be... excuse me. Will it be Garrett? Or will it be Naz and Mohawk Warrior? Had it back up just a little bit. Just got to start picking up the pace here. Just around a minute and 20. Continuing on here. Just about a minute left. Going for the side, looks to be turning around. Slightly on a standstill here. He's got a backflip in. Beautiful job. He's got about 32 seconds remain. He's got to get some big moments in here, but the momentum seems to be slowing down, though. That's the problem. As now here he comes. Huge air again. Big air again here. Donuts. Here we go. Last hit for the clock. Goes for the racing lane. A little bit of air there. Up on two wheels. Can he save it? He gets the save. And that will be it for the clock. And I think that might be enough. How about it for Naz and Mohawk Warrior? As now we're ready for the scores to come in. He got some big air, but there was more to it. Got a backflip and also got a save just at the end of the run. Was that enough? Score to beat is Garrett Hansen in Gravedigger 26. And the score from Mohawk Warrior is a 28. Naz will win the freestyle competition.
You know, man.
So we're about to get a interview look possibly with Naz if they're able to do so. And then we have excuse me. And then we will have our encore to wrap up. And now we're gonna request if they want an interview for their freestyle victory. As we'll soon get ready for our encore to soon wrap up the night. We'll first try to get a word in, possibly, or a message. It's either a voice call or text. If it's voice call, we'll hear directly from them, or if it's a message, we will hear, we'll read it off. Talk about a fantastic night of action racing went
Yeah.
down. Oop.
Yeah. Holy fucking shit. I didn't expect to actually win, not gonna lie. I thought it was about to flip open and shit, not gonna lie. My heart's fucking pounding. You don't understand, bro.
And yep, you managed to get the win there in freestyle. You were the only one that managed to get a save in, believe it or not, in the whole entire freestyle competition. So that and the backflip plus
Holy
the
shit.
air.
I'm really gonna have a damn heart attack. I'm really gonna get a heart attack.
But yep, all of it got you the win. And now you get a card of your choosing soon, within about a couple weeks. How's it feel to get it done?
I can't believe it.
Yep, he's speechless as he has.
Yeah, I'm very speechless. My heart is really pounding. Like holy shit. goddamn, it's about to bulge out like a damn cartoon character. You don't understand. Holy shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, he did it. Give it up for Naz the Mohawk Warrior, your freestyle winner for Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night 2025. And within a couple weeks, he will receive his prize. But do not go anywhere. Box 5 trucks are about to take center stage for the last part of tonight's event.
That better make the headline.
As now Naz pulls his Mohawk Warrior truck off the track as we're about to get Box 5 Monster Truck Encores set to take center stage to wrap up Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night 2025. Again, before we start this encore, I want to say thank you everybody for tuning in to this special night of action, as now we're about to get the encore set and underway. As looks like we have 2 trucks on the floor. It actually looks like Naz is actually going to keep Mohawk Warrior because there seems to be something in the back on both ends. We have Jester in the Escalade truck, and we have Felipe in Gravedigger. These are the first monster trucks of Rigs of Rods ever made. The old Box 5 trucks are coming out of retirement for one show for you fans. And Felipe, oh no, he's not over. Thought he was, but he is not over just yet. Jester now also brings out Maximum Destruction Box 5, another old school truck. Mohawk Warrior's down. Gravedigger's now down. Maximum Destruction remains. Here comes Max D going for the backflip. Beautiful corkscrew. And now we have the U.S. Air Force Afterburner. Over goes Max D. Max D's done. Tries to pull it back, but it's just not going to happen by the looks of it. Camera set on U.S. Air Force Afterburner now, last standing. And beautiful save. And full-on calamity ensues. This has been a wonderful nostalgia night. You can see all the carnage in the floor, everybody crashing. Air Force Afterburner is done, And Max D managed to flip back over, but it looks like they're going to park right there, I think. Maybe park in the middle. And that will do it. What a fantastic night of action this has been. As you just saw, an encore of epic proportions. Give it up for Jester. Give it up for Felipe. And give it up for the Mohawk Warrior winner, Naz, as they have done a phenomenal job here on Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night. What a fantastic night of action. Congratulations to Garrett Hansen and Gravedigger on the racing win, and Naz and Mohawk Warrior on the freestyle win. This has been Sim Monsters Nostalgia Night 2025, and we hope to see you in 2026. I'm Thomas Frasco. We hope to see you also pretty soon for